know that we see them. You are being watched. We care about our people, and what you're doing is fucked up. You're seeing, we're here, we're gonna do something about it. We protest at ICE because they are in the process of eliminating people again. The sterilization of mothers in their custody is disgusting. There's no reason for it. It's a big wipeout. We've seen it before. So while we're all out here, I ask that you stand in solidarity with our indigenous people, with our folks from across the border that need our support because they're human too. We're all human. To our native people, they're not immigrants. This is their land. We need to respect that. We need to support our indigenous neighbors and make sure that we're there for them in solidarity whenever they call upon us, because they are who matters. This is their land and we need to respect that. One time with me, everybody. Black and brown lives matter. Black and brown lives matter. When black, brown, and indigenous lives are under attack, what do? Stand up, fight back. Fuck you, Ted.
Hello everyone. This may be a bit rambled because I wasn't really planning on speaking, but when someone that I respect asks me to, I can't say no. I just want to remind people that decolonization isn't a metaphor. It's not a hashtag, it's not stickers, it's not something that we throw around. Decolonization means going back to the old ways when everything was in balance. It means getting rid of the institutions that oppress the people. It means getting rid of the borders. It means getting rid of everything that colonization has done to us. It's just crazy to me how people can see human beings as illegal, especially how white people see human beings as illegal. When they came here and they burnt the villages and they raped the women and they kidnapped the children, and it is happening again and again and again under the name of Columbus, under the name of the police, under the name of ICE. Colonization never ended, and I want us to recognize that. Today, people are going to speak who are indigenous to these lands, who have been arrested at ICE, standing in solidarity with the indigenous people of the South and indigenous people of Haiti, who continue to be locked up in ICE. And I want to remind people that when there wasn't borders, we traveled and we traded. The United States or America was never discovered by white people because we were already coming through these lands. We were already trading seeds. We were trading food. We were trading traditions, feathers, pieces for our regalia, knowledge. And I want to recognize that. So when our northern native relatives and the people indigenous to these lands are standing in solidarity with my people, I know that they're standing because we're relatives, because our ancestors have known each other for hundreds of years, for thousands of years. We have known each other and we have been relatives, and we have worked in solidarity and we have worked together in resistance, and that's what we're going to continue to do. I really hope Ted Wheeler is watching this because I want to remind him that he is lifeless. And I see it when I look him in the eyes. I don't see a spirit. I don't know what he believes in because when I see him, he's empty. His words are empty. His whole being is empty. His aura, his energy, it's empty. And it makes me think of something that one of my friends told me, because we talk about abolishing whiteness a lot and the concept of whiteness. And I like to always mention how white people colonize themselves first. And the reason they continue colonizing us and stealing from us and stealing our women and stealing our children is because they are spiritually bankrupt. They have exploited themselves to the point where they don't even see themselves as sacred. They don't see themselves as human. And that's really sad. It's really sad. But again, I want to remind white people that you colonize yourselves first. And that means that you came from somewhere in the beginning. That means that you once had culture, but you took it away from yourselves. And all I can say is to stop fucking with us and go back to your ways, go back to your countries, go back to your roots, and stop pulling our roots out of our soil. There's a reason why after 500 years of colonization and war and genocide, we're still here. Okay, our numbers might look small, but when we come together, we're fucking huge. When we recognize that our Black relatives are stolen Indigenous people and we come together, we're fucking huge. When we recognize that borders don't exist, our Canadian relatives, our Mexican relatives, our relatives from Cuba, from Puerto Rico, from all over, from Chile, from Argentina, even in Japan, from Australia, we are Indigenous. Okay, when we come together, we really do outweigh the colonizers, and that's why they work so hard to continue to oppress us. And so all the Indigenous people that are here, all of our Black relatives, I want to remind you that you are sacred and that there's a reason we're standing in power, and we need to continue standing in power. And remember that even though we feel like the minority, especially here in Portland, when we come together and when we forget about borders and all that bullshit, we are the majority, okay? And we hold the power, and we can really tear ICE down. We can really tear the police down. We can tear colonization down. We can tear down the United States. We can go to Canada after. We can go to Mexico, all over. We really can decolonize. It's not just a metaphor, and it's happening right now before your eyes. So thank you for being a part of this. That's my thing.